Now we're getting into the process of drilling holes. Now in the pioneer days, the hardware that they were using or that they had available was very limited, and like I said before, with the hammers, a lot of the work was done purely with dowels or with wedges and to hold the timber joints together. Now, as you can see from the selection of tools that I've got here, I'm old school. But that means I've got the skills of my foundation intact. So whatever comes along, I can handle it because I have the tools and the skills to go with them. Now you can see the different height in these braces. That's what they call a brace. This one has longer handles on it than this one. So when I drill, it gives me more torque, more leverage. So when I use one of these auger bits, that's what they are, in the big one, right, then I've got the ability to drill bigger holes because I've got a longer handle. So it's less labour intensive. If I use a smaller one, let's say this one here, that'll be a 5/8. That's imperial, obviously. Then I don't need the leverage or the torque to get that through the wood. So I'll just give you a quick demo. So because it's got the tip on it, it will find the location really easily. So it pulls the rest of the auger bit straight through to the exact centre of the hole that I want to make. So now if I didn't have that on there and I'm only using ordinary drills, I need what they call a bradawl. So I can find the centre, got a very sharp point on it with 4 corners or 4 faces planed on it. So if I turn it, I'm actually drilling a hole in there. So I can drill the hole with my bradawl and then follow through with my twist. Right, and then all I need to go in and I'm watching for the tip to come through the other end. Not yet. There we are. You see the tip coming through? So if I can, I will reverse the job and then go into the hole that's already there. And can complete my cut. Now if I'm cutting up against a wall or some other obstruction there and I don't have the full circular movement of getting the brace right round, I can cut in and then the ratchet will allow me to go back. Then I can cut and go back and cut and go back. So I can do the same on the other side, turn the ratchet around, right, and it will go the opposite way. So it's a very handy tool to have if you're in confined areas and you don't have that full circular motion available to you. So these auger bits, they obviously come in different sizes, and you can also use them to put a screw in the wall. Alright, so in the old days, my days, you would only use slot screws. So they only have one slot through the top, not like the star figuration or the Phillips as we call it. So we can use the auger bit You can use the bradawl here. And then put the screwdriver bit into the screw. And we can put that screw straight in with a lot of power, so you don't really need a clearance hole. Now if I wanted to drill a small hole in maybe an area where I can't get power, again I'm going to need my hand tools. So I've got a couple of hand operated drills that do a very good job, and I can start, let's say I want a hole there, I'll start with my bradawl again, creating a little starter hole or a pilot hole, and then I can put the drill bit right in there and then drill that out. Clean your drill bit out occasionally, otherwise it gets stuck, because the sawdust will clog up the flutes and then it obstructs your progress. So there's my little hole with a little hand drill. It doesn't need power from electricity, just power from your arms. So you can see I've got a whole selection of drill bits here that we'll use later on with power tools, because these have restricted sizes because of the smaller chucks. This is the chuck here that holds the drill. Now I can follow through with the existing hole and just open up the hole a bit more with a larger drill bit. It's the same thing. See, once I'm in, clean my flutes out. The flutes are the actual open areas in the drill bit that collect the sawdust and force it back out. Right. See, now I've done my hole. That could be my pilot hole, that could be my clearance hole. Alright. And then I can put my screws in. Also, you can have a countersink bit, which opens the timber up for the head to fit in if you want a flush screw. And then of course you have the adjustable auger bit, so you can open that little cutting edge to the extreme outside, and that increases the radius of your actual cut. And that's Big Daddy here. It will open up right to the outside and give you a hole about that wide. So these are also very, you might say ancient tools, but very effective. I've had these for decades, and if I need to do work when the power's off, which happened last week to a lot of people in Queensland, and particularly on the east coast around Brisbane, what do we do with that power? Not much. Phones are off, power's off, appliances are off, lights are off, everything's off. But we can keep going. If we have an urgent job to finish, go back to the hand tools. And they never let you down.